Welcome back. A few days ago, when I played some of the Duolingo bots on chess.com, and which I described the partnership between Duolingo and chess.com and why that's cool for me, I realized I didn't play the strongest one, and I think it's only fair that I do that today. This is the Duolingo Owl, which if you don't use Duolingo, the language learning app, or if you're not familiar with it, the owl has been the mascot or avatar icon of Duolingo for quite some time, at least as long as I've been using it, which is just over 3 years now. And I say it's the strongest one, that's just because of what I assume. It was the 5th one listed, which is usually the strongest one, but this one doesn't have a rating listed. I assume it's going to beat me soundly and quickly. I'm just going to do the best I can, and then I'm going to analyze afterwards and see if there was a key point at which I lost it, or if it just slowly but surely strangled me. Now, my daughter played this Duo Owl a few days ago and got checkmated in 18 moves. And she's quite a bit lower rated than I am, so I'm going to try to last longer than 18 moves. That's really my only goal. In fact, I'd like to make it 30 moves, but I don't always make it to 30 moves on these really strong bots. So without any confidence that I will have a chance here, I'm going to click play and do my best. I got the black pieces and I'm facing the English. All right. I don't know. Let's play e5. The knight comes out. Can we play c6 and d5 here? Is that okay? Or are they going to play e4 now? No. They're coming after that pawn. Do I have a good way to defend that pawn? I guess I could push this one or move my queen. I'll move my queen already. You know what? Let's do it. Let's move my queen and defend that pawn. Okay, let's push this pawn. That's going to get taken, isn't it? All right. No, it didn't. I thought that knight was going to take it, but instead it went over here. Oh, good grief. Let's play f5. This is getting really strange really fast, and I guess put the knight here. Okay, that's coming after my queen. Should I put my queen back now that it's not defending the e-pawn? I guess. Let's do it. Well, I was thinking about playing here, and now I have that spot defended with these two pieces and my queen once the pawn moves. So let's try that. And maybe we can get a... No, we're going to get the queen aiming for this pawn. Okay. That pawn's protected, though. Oh, no, the queen's trying to help out here. Okay. Should I try to castle, then? That knight has moved back in here. I have no idea what's going on. That knight's moved 3 or 4 times now, hasn't it? See, if it goes in there, I can take it with my bishop, but then the queen comes here. Should I just put my queen up 1, then, to defend that? And that? Yeah, I don't know. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to take the queen then, and then I will castle. I don't know if that was a good move by the bot or not. I assume this is going to try to come here, but I have no idea. Let's go there. The knight has moved back. Can I pin it to the king then? You know what? I assume if I do that, they're just going to play this pawn forward, and then I'll take, and they'll take, and they'll have as many center pawns as I do. So what if I pushed this bishop out and then pushed this pawn? Okay, like so, and try to get the knight that way. Oh, I messed up. All right. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. I guess get the knight out here so that that bishop isn't pointed at it anymore. That's aiming at my rook, I think. Can I just move it? If I move it over, one or both of the knights gets a fork here. So what if I move it up? Then the knight goes back. Well, I'd be happy to get a draw against this bot. I don't know where it's going to go. Let's just try it. Okay, it didn't go anywhere. I assume they're trying to restrict my movements here. But I have no idea what's going on. Let's see if we can trap that bishop. Oh no, it's just going to come forward. Okay, it did. But I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to get this knight out once they take back with the pawn, I guess. Like here. And then it's aimed at that rook. Okay, and then when I move the rook, they're going to get that pawn? I don't think so, because I'm aiming at this knight now. So I don't think that's going to take that pawn. Oh, that's a fork. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good. I guess move the rook over this way. Well, that's going to get my knight. Okay. All right. Well, I've made it 20-something moves now. Now they can take that pawn. Oh, now they forked my rooks. Okay. Well, I'm going to get this pawn since they didn't take over there. Now I've made it 28 moves. That's pretty good. That's aimed here. Can I defend it? And then they're going to push a pawn? No, they're going to bring the rook now. All right. Let's aim at the knight. See where that rook's... Oh, the rook has pinned my bishop to my king. Well, that seems like a good idea. All right. I don't know what else to do. Oh, we're going to get some choppage over here. Do you think they're going to take or push forward? Or leave it there and push this one forward? I know if I take, I assume they're going to push their rook here. I don't know. Let's go after that pawn down there. See what they do. Okay. But now their rook and their knight are aimed there. So yeah, that's bad. For me, I mean. And now I can't protect this bishop. I can, but then all is lost. So either I move my rook over to protect the bishop and they'll take it anyway, losing both rooks for my rook and bishop because they'll still have a knight left, or I don't protect it and then they take it for free. Okay, let's do that and see if they take it. Oh, they took the pawn instead. Okay, what if I run away? Oh, we're back to the situation with the bishop. Okay, let's come back then. Now, are they going to do what I said? No, they're going to stay there. Oh, wow, because I can't move it. If I move my king, they get it for free. And if I leave my king there, the bishop can't move, so they're just going to advance this pawn? Okay. Now they take it? That's what I figured. Okay, well, let's see if I can stalemate somehow. Oh, like so. Is there some way I can run out of moves? Nope, I can just shuffle back and forth between these three squares. That's all I can do. Well, I made it 47 moves. And I'm just going to go ahead and guess that there wasn't one point at which I lost the advantage, that there were several points at which I lost the advantage. But I have no idea. I just know that save to archive and run the game review. I just know, number one, I faced the English, which I'm not that familiar with. And number two, it felt like bit by bit, I just slowly had less and less available to me. It looks like I was wrong. I had an advantage here. It says minus 1.2. I'm going to guess it was more like minus 0.5, which is what normally happens. Oh, I did have a great move. But yeah, Duolingo went ahead and had 2 misses and a mistake. But I had 1 miss and 4 mistakes and 7 inaccuracies. Don't even know where to look, but I'm going to look right here at where it says I had a huge advantage, and I'm guessing it wasn't that big. Okay, so I was right to take the queen, and yeah, oh wow. I'm getting pretty good at this. It wasn't 0.5, but it's 0.8, which is more like what I thought it was. They only had 1 move here, and of course they took it. I had to play knight to c6, or h6, or bishop to d7. Castling was counted as a mistake, and it took away all my advantage, and now we're right at even if they play h4. The bot did not play h4. It put the knight back, which was counted as inaccurate, but we went back to the rating we'd had before my mistake, so I'm going to go ahead and count that as a mistake, not an inaccuracy, because actually the evaluation is slightly better than when I made my mistake. But now I have to play knight to c6 or h6. Bishop to d7, those are the same 2 moves listed on my last turn, and this was the 3rd one, but on the last turn, all of them had about the same evaluation. Here, bishop to d7 does not have the same evaluation, so when I played it, we go back to 0. If they play e3 or h4, they did play e3, I needed to play rook to c8? Really? I get that that's an open file, but shouldn't I be trying to get this knight out? That's one thing that I was thinking about here, and that's the whole reason that I played this bishop first, is because I wanted to be able to defend b5. The problem with that, of course, is that I didn't notice that the bishop was also guarding that square. For some reason, the bot's rating has shown up as 1 now. It was question mark earlier, now it's 1. All right. Yeah, I was thinking I couldn't move the pawn because the knight could take, so I put my bishop there and then moved the pawn. That's an elementary level blunder because, of course, the bishop is there. So I should have played bishop to b4 or rook to c8 or knight to c6. But instead, I just gave away a pawn so that they took it. I was not supposed to take back. I was supposed to play bishop to b4, h6, or rook to c8 again. But I didn't. I took the bishop. They took back. That was my best move. One of Duo's best moves. One of my best moves. One of Duo's best moves. One of my best moves. Okay, that was counted as inaccurate, but the evaluation stays very close to what it was before, getting close to +1. I needed to play knight to b4 now. What does that do? Oh, sorry, that tries to get in here to D3. Is that what I'm aiming for? It's not showing that I'm ever going to go to D3. Maybe I'm just threatening to go to D3. And it says they would put this bishop in here if I did. And then I would just leave that knight there on B4 for no reason. And they wouldn't try to attack it with the pawn. I would just leave it there on B4. And that, for some reason, that's my best move. That was not, because I thought the bishop was trapped, which was not very smart because, of course, it can go in here, which is not its best move. Rook F to C1 is the best move for Duo right now, aiming at my undefended knight. And that would have forced me to go to B4, apparently. I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have gone over here trying to get in this way. But bishop to D6 is good. I was not supposed to take it. Okay, we would have stayed very close to even if I had just put my other knight down here first. But then it says they would have come in here and I would have taken it and we would have traded there. Okay, but I took first. Of course, they take back. And now I'm not supposed to put this knight on D7. In fact, I'm supposed to go any of the other places it can go except to D7. I'm supposed to go to H5. I didn't consider H5 because of the pawn. And if I took the pawn, they would take back and then I'd have to move the knight again. Probably here where they would trade for it. I guess that would have been okay. Also, knight to H7 would have been okay. Knight to E8 would have been fine, just not D7. So that was worse because of this. Okay, I'm supposed to leave my rook there because of the coming pawn fork. It's going to attack two pieces, neither of which can take diagonally. And of course, I didn't see that, so I didn't move this rook. It says almost as good would have been to just play B8, but instead I went there. And of course, E6 is their best move. That was among my best moves, but now it's +4. Okay, yeah, see those? There was not one point at which I lost. I don't know if you noticed, but the rating that's at +5 right now, it went from -0 point something to 0 to +0.4, +0.8, +1 point something, very, very slowly into the bot's favor. Okay, I don't feel too bad about that. I did have an elementary blunder there where I just hung the B pawn, but that was just a pawn. But I got to +5 without a blunder. Just small inaccuracies, mistakes that were seemingly natural, and in several of those cases, the bot played its best move. I don't know that there are moves that a human would have found, but I made it 47 moves against this bot. I'm not upset about that. If you made it this far in the video, let me just say I do appreciate you spending your time here on my channel watching my videos. I would appreciate it even more if you left a comment saying what you thought about the video or something I could have done better, or if you have a question for me, maybe I can try to answer it. And I'll see you in the next video.